What's good, y'all? It's Old School King Gaming here. Welcome back to another Farm Sim video. Make sure my mic is working because the last video I posted, besides the one I posted last night, I have zero idea what I was thinking. My mic was cutting in and out, so I want to make sure it's actually working. Well, it seems like I'm all good. Welcome back to Farm Sim. Now, I managed to get this to work. Farm Sim ended up having a little bit of an update. And when the update did, I logged in to see if it would let me play it. After I got that miniature update, it started working. Now it is 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm probably going to record for an hour because I got some things I need to do today. And we are we're on checking out the map, Buck Country. Now, here's something really weird. I thought I logged out of this game. Clearly I did not. Where I started at, by standing right here, well, I started right here. I didn't just start. I got off the game last night to go play Sea of Thieves, and I saved it, but I never logged out of Farm Sim. Get on it this morning, and I'm still logged in. So, yeah. So, sorry I haven't uploaded nothing in the last few days. I'm going to check out the farm. The reason we have field 15. Field 16's got corn in it. What's up here? What's 17 have? I think 17 is wheat. Looks like this field's ready to harvest. Alright, now the corn's not ready to harvest. Not bad. I do know 61 looks like it's all green, so it would be a field, like a grass field for like hay and stuff. So yeah, what I meant by I don't know what I was thinking about uploading the video from last night. I played Sea of Thieves last night. Now, to me, Sea of Thieves is a competitor game. I wanted to try the Monkey Island thing, and I just put in my title, going to Monkey Island, because honest with you, I was more confused on that than anything else. So yeah, it didn't really take me very long to figure out why this place was called Buck Country, because most of the stuff here is John Deere related. John Deere. John Deere. This is not John Deere. Hmm. So, yeah, we even got a semi over here. It's not a bad looking farm. Now, I did start on New Farm. What is that? I know it's a prop. Is it a prop? Wait, is this a prop? Looks awfully real to be a prop. Hmm, that's a first. Oh, what? Oh, forget it. Whatever. I know I got some equipment in here. I can see it on the map. Yep. It's a pretty good sized farm, really. I'm getting a little bit of lag walking through here. At the same time, then yeah. So, y'all want to hear something funny? Now, back when yeah, I've been playing other games on my channel. Skyrim is kind of what I've been mostly playing. And I got some decent views on it. But since I got Farm Sim working, I know everybody that's been around the channel the longest wants to see more Farm Sim content. Guess what? It's back. But that also means I'm going back to uploading Farm Sim every 13 days. Now, let me tell y'all what I've been up to. Lately, I've been mostly focused around my truck. Like, I'm turning my project truck Like the truck I drive in real life is a project truck. You know, the one thing that makes me mad is everything I'm doing to the truck is because it's what I'm doing to it, because it's my truck, no one else's. My dad, my biological father, decides he wants to bond with me. You gotta think, I'm 26 years old, 20, 26 years old, about to turn 27 at the end of this month. Sunday, I'm turning 27, and my father is trying to bond with me. Now, here's the thing. He does not like anything that I like to do. If it requires me being me, wearing Red Wing boots, blue jeans, got my pants on my waist, like wearing my pants how they're supposed to, and looking country, it bugs him. But, and the one thing it makes, just put it this way, we the opposite. I'm country, he's city. Alright, this video ain't about me having issues with my dad. This is me getting back to playing Farm Sim. So, back to what I was saying about my truck. What color is that? I don't want to hear it. Are you colorblind? It's green. Yeah, I know it's green. I'm asking what color that is. Is that yellow? From a distance, it looks orange. It's yellow. Nice. What kind of wagon is it? There's only one way to tell what kind of wagon that is. So, let's find it first. Not bad. So, let's go and get this annoying header. So, anyway, what I was saying was, I ordered a CB antenna for my truck because I have a CB in it. The only reason I got it is because when I'm outside town, I don't have no phone service. And usually if I'm hanging out with like my cousin or something and we are outside town, I can't tell where that hitch is. I see it, but I can't tell how far under it is. If we're like outside town, like out where ain't no phone service and we're trying to contact one another, we have those CB radios that stay in touch. Well, mine doesn't get very good service, so I had to order antenna for it. Well, it came in, and I knew it came in, so I left it upstairs in the room. My wife brings it downstairs. Now, what's weird about it is, whatever I order for my truck, she brings it downstairs. If it's something small, she'll bring it downstairs. Now, if it's something big like tail lights, wheels, tires, I'll bring it to my game room because my game room's in a basement. Yeah, man, I asked her why she always does that. She's like, force a habit. So, I love her. But I told her it needs to stay upstairs because I'm not planning on losing this because I won't be able to find it. Back to what I was saying. My project is my truck. The only thing it's bugging me about my truck, and this is literally what bugs me, and clearly it drives my dad insane. You have to remember, my biological father and me are the opposite. Alright? We have nothing in common. We talk every now and then, but when I say we have nothing in common, we have nothing in common. He is okay. For example, the plan for my truck is I'm gonna lift my truck. I'm going to put. This is not exactly what I wanted to do. I'm gonna put a 5-inch lift, 5-inch lift kit on my truck. The only reason I haven't done it now is because you know how much lifts cost now. I'm gonna put a 5-inch lift on my truck to give it a little bit more height. My truck's already got a leveling kit on it, but I've always wanted my truck, like a truck, to be lifted. I don't want it to be heavily lifted, because the bigger the truck is, the more it drinks gas. Well, my dad doesn't want me to lift it. Now, y'all know, y'all probably sitting here thinking, why would your dad think what you gotta think? Me and my dad are 100% the opposite. You've never heard me mention my father because we are the opposite. Everything that I do, he doesn't like. Okay, I can understand he's my father, but he needs to stop acting like, okay, I can understand this. He comes back into my life, or literally when I'm an adult, just to bond with me. But everything I do, he does not like. For example, the plans I have for my truck drive him insane, and I will tell him this all the time. I'll be like, "Whose truck is it?" He says, "Yours." I was like, "Okay then, stop worrying about my truck." Cause here, I'll tell y'all, the plan for my Dodge, and this drives him insane. The only reason I'm talking about him now is because I find it so funny. I know it might sound like I'm complaining, like I have daddy issues or something. No, it's just hilarious to me. He does not like anything I got planned for my truck. He thinks I'm gonna go with a 10-inch lift kit and small wheels. Not exactly. I'm gonna put a 5-inch lift on it, go one step higher with the wheels that's on my truck, because I got 20-inch wheels on my truck sitting on 35s. Well, they're 20s on 35 boggers. Well, they say they boggers. They look more like all-terrain wheels, like all-terrain tires. I want to go a couple steps higher. I was going to go with 24s on 38s. Now, since Dodges have really, really big wheel wells, I was thinking like, okay, if I put it on a 5-inch lift kit, then buy these 24s, and then order some tires that's 38s, it'll give my truck a much meaner stance. One of my friends, it drives a Dodge. He drives a 2001 half cab 2500. It's a Cummins, big diesel truck, and he's got 14 wides on it. He's got the wheel size that I'm going with, but he's telling me I should put 14 wides on it. To me, I don't like the way 14 wides look. They're okay, don't get me wrong. 14 wides are okay, but they're just not for everyone. Now, you gotta think, his truck is made to stay on the road. I don't think I've ever seen his truck one time dirty. It's always on the road. The last time he got behind me one day when I was coming back from playing in the creek. Yeah, I don't mean like doing donuts in the creek. There's this little mud pit next to this creek outside town where I live at, and we were just throwing up mud. Well, I got my truck covered in mud. Those tires I have on it threw mud everywhere. Well, he got behind me one day, and it's right when I got on the road. I didn't realize he was coming up behind me, because I pulled onto the road. Right as he got onto the road, and I was already in front of him, when I started picking up speed, mud started flying off my tires and hitting his truck. Now, I pull into the car wash to wash it. He pulls in there just mad at me, and I was like, what's your deal? He's like, you got all this nasty mud on my truck. It's a truck. He's like, I want my stuff to be clean. Okay, wash it. No, you're going to wash it. I'm like, One, I'm not your servant. Two, I'm not about to wash your truck. It's just a little bit of dirt. He's part. You know how some people are. Well, if they got like a truck and they make it look very nice and they're too scared to get it dirty. That's the type he is. Don't get me wrong. His his Dodge Cummins is nice, clean, and everything. I think his is a third gen. Cause his has to be a third gen. The only reason I say it's a third gen is because my truck is much wider than his. I have a 2004 Dodge Ram 1500. He has a 2001 Dodge Cummins 20. It's either 2500 or 3500. He removed the badge on the side of it, so I can't really tell. But they almost have the same grill layout. So yeah, the whole issue is going on with me is regardless what anyone says to me, I am going to finish going to finish working on my truck. It's my truck, not no one else's. So you can take a guess. I know somebody out there is probably going to have a family member. It gets extremely mad at them because of the work they do on their vehicle. Now, one of my friends mentioned to me one day. He's like, "So, are you going to do what we did?" No, I am not. My plan is, and I'll break this down for y'all. My plan for my truck is one. I'm going to put a 5-inch lift on it and try. I'm hoping if I put this 5-inch lift on it and the wheel setup I'm going with, the wheels would actually, it won't rub. Because I don't want to do a whole lot of body work just to get my tires to fit. If they don't fit, then I know I'm going to have to go a step bigger. Let me know in the comments, y'all. Should I put a... Should I put a 5-inch, should I go with a 5-inch lift? A 5-inch lift kit on my truck or a 6? I don't know. I originally wanted to put an 8-inch lift on my truck, but once I seen how big an 8-inch lift is on a 2004, well, the one I saw was a 2005. It was a year newer than mine. That's a big old truck, and the only difference was he had much smaller wheels on it. Yeah, no. The wheel size I'm going with for my truck is a 2. Like if y'all go to my page, my YouTube page, and look at my background happens to be a picture of my truck, me moving brush one day. So I use my truck for a lot of farm work. It's gonna be 20. Whoops. I'm sitting here talking, not paying any attention to this tree. Can I get around the tree? Thank you. So 24, I don't know how wide I'll go. I'll probably go 24 by 12s like I usually do. Because that's what's on my truck now. I got 20 by 12s on 38s. 38s, why did I say 38s? 35s. I'm guessing the reason I said 38s is because the wheel size I'm gonna go with is literally 24. I want to go 24 by 12. 24 by 12s on 38s, but everybody's telling me go if I put American Forces on my truck, go 14 wide. 14 wide might suit y'all, but it does not suit me. But you gotta think at the same time, I hear 14 wides. 14 wides, they look good, but at the same time, I hear like they're much harder on your ball joints. I don't know if that's true or not. So yeah, we're just gonna do some harvesting. I've been doing that while I've been sitting here talking. And by the way, my channel, I am doing a change to my channel. Last night I was having a little bit issues uploading that Sea of Thieves video I posted. Yeah, nah, Sea of Thieves, it's fun, but I'm gonna have to, like, if I want to play it, it seems like a competitive game. So it means people want to see actual pirating type stuff, like more in depth to that game. Yeah, if I play it, then I'm gonna have to find some people that know a lot about it. It can teach me how to play it, cause I don't know anything about it. I just know how to sail. Combat wise, yeah, I will admit, if it comes to combat, I will literally flee from the fight because I have zero idea how combats work. So I hope y'all are happy that I've gotten back to uploading some farm sim content. I know y'all been waiting for me to get back into uploading farm sim. Is that bird in the ground or above it? No, it's just a shadow. So yeah, I might still upload. I am still, regardless, gonna keep uploading Skyrim gameplay. It's another game that's gonna grow on my channel. But for Farm Sim, since Farm Sim's back, I'm gonna be back to uploading Farm Sim videos. I know people love uh Farm Sim, and my channel surrounds Farm Sim. I haven't really gotten any views. I've been trying to get kind of, like, usually some of my videos are plain, like just plain me adding dialogue and stuff like that. Like, there's nothing really interesting. You want to know something really, like, really funny? I went from talking about four different topics in probably the last 5 minutes. Now, a little heads up. Lately, I've gotten a bunch of new people wanting to join my multiplayer farm. To clarify, I'm just gonna say it now. My multiplayer farm is officially shut down. Now, my trailer video on my YouTube, I'm not gonna change it. All because I quit doing a multiplayer server. I'm not gonna change it. Eventually, I will go back to uploading, like, Farm Sim. But you gotta think, a bunch of my friends, like the people I usually play Farm Sim with, don't really play Farm Sim. I got a bunch of my friends are waiting on other games to come out. Be honest with you, if some new games come out and they catch my interest, I'll probably start uploading them on my YouTube. Cause this is the way I see it. I only upload videos that I like to play. I know there's probably some games on here there's probably videos on here that people don't like because they've already seen them. But for me, if I've never played the game, I find it interesting. Back to what I was saying a minute ago about having a problem uploading. I kept I've answered all these questions on YouTube once before about my channel and everything like that. But I didn't want to I couldn't figure out, like, because, okay, I got notified to ask, YouTube was asking me a bunch of questions about my channel, how would I identify myself. It was kind of like really sketchy stuff, so I kind of watched what I said, because I didn't know if it was actually legit or not. But I answered the questions. I know, but after I did that, last night I was sitting here trying to upload the Sea of Thieves video, and it kept timing out saying the video's too long. Sorry, you cannot upload this video. And I'm like, what gives? Finds out I only have one YouTube set up on my laptop. And that is my main YouTube channel, Old School King Gaming. My second YouTube channel is set up on my phone, and that is Backwoods Gaming. That's the one that's set up on my phone, because I upload short game clips that random clips I record on my Xbox. I will any little short clip that I upload on my Xbox, instead of just going through the whole process of uploading them and then moving them like a full-on video, they're short clips, so I will upload them you get what I'm trying to say. But that's the way I'll do it. Yeah, my laptop wouldn't let me. I was trying to upload a video last night, clearly to the wrong YouTube channel, because okay, Backwoods Gaming and Old School King Gaming, both of my channels have the same profile picture. So I'll be sitting here thinking like, okay, I'm on Old School King Gaming. I don't never think about looking at my. I don't never think about looking directly. I'm telling y'all the truth. When it comes to me uploading a video, the only YouTube it's got a different profile picture is actually my main YouTube channel. Old School King Gaming is my main YouTube channel. But I have another YouTube channel. This one I forgot the password to. And to be honest with you, that's probably the only one. It's got like TikTok videos from me doing TikTok. I've kind of quit doing TikTok because I got bored out of it. It's only got TikTok videos, and that is my other channel, Old School King. That's it, Old School King. Now, there's a bunch of Old School Kings, just Old School Kings on YouTube. But my profile picture happens to be of my Red Dead Redemption character. Now, the picture of my Red Dead Redemption character happens to be a thumb title, like a thumbnail picture on one of my videos on my YouTube. But that is like far, it's like from like a year, maybe a couple years ago. I don't know, I've uploaded a couple different things I thought was interesting. I think what finally made me get really bored of Red Dead now was the lack of content. Is this thing even like filling up? Because it's filling up awfully slow. So, yeah. Ordered CB. I ordered the, back to what I was saying about my truck. I ordered my CB antenna, got it. I'm waiting on my mirrors to come in. I ordered me some big tow mirrors for my truck. You know what, speaking of tow mirrors, my trailer, I actually ended up selling my trailer, my 16-foot, trailer that I have in real life. I ended up selling it. Like, yeah, like, I didn't use it for nothing. Only thing I used it for was moving brush. And, you know, it kind of was always in the way because I would get a call from time to time because it stayed at my grandfather's. He would call me like, will you come get this trailer and move it? Take it to a friend's house or something? Okay. That's what I did because I usually had friends that wanted to use it. All I know is I took it over one day because his son told me I could keep the trailer over there as long as I don't tear up his yard. Yeah. Sometimes that works, sometimes it does not. Yeah, I just went ahead and got rid of it. I didn't use it. Counting one day it needed a lot of work. It needed new tires, it needed new lights ran to it because it didn't have no working lights. The most heaviest thing about that trailer would have been the tongue itself. The tongue was the most heaviest. The jack I had, because it had the when I bought it, it had the original jack on it. Well, the jack broke, and you gotta think, what I was trying to do was I was planning on taking it back to my grandfather's because my cousin had borrowed it. Finally, he finally realized, hey, I'm not even gonna use the trailer, so I'll have Chris come back and get it. I went back and got it. When I tell you that jack messed up and I had to call another friend to come help me because for some reason, like everyone, okay, I managed to get hooked up to it, but how high my truck sits, the jack and the way the trailer was facing, the trailer was downhill. So technically the tongue was facing uphill. And you know how when you park, whenever you put your truck in park, your truck will roll, like it will roll backwards. Yeah, that's what it kept doing. Well, when I put it in park, the truck rolled backwards and pushed the jack back. So I couldn't get the jack to come up. Like I couldn't even get it to go. I pretty much couldn't even get the jack to come up to hook up. So I had to call Fran and finds out the jack ended up unscrewing. And I was like, oh wow. So called my buddy, he showed up. And I think we spent like 10-20 minutes trying to get this trailer hooked up. And the only reason it was such a pain is because the tongue of that trailer was extremely heavy. I was like, you know, I told him when we finally got it hooked up, I was like, you want to know something funny? And he looked at me, and he's not the type of person that talks a lot. I said, if I ever buy another trailer, and this is literally what I told him. I said, if I ever decide to buy another trailer, I'm going to buy one where the tongue does not weigh as much as a dump truck. I don't mean like it weighed as much as a dump truck. It's just the way I said it. It's just like, for example, the trailer, when I got the trailer, the person said it's all American steel. The one thing on that trailer, it seemed more American steel, was the tongue itself. And for some people that don't know who the tongue is, it's actually where the hitch is on the front of the trailer that you hook to the truck. That was probably the one thing it was the most heaviest. Everything else on it wasn't. So later on that night, after getting it hooked up, because we had to go move my buddy was selling an engine crane. After I went and got the trailer and planned on taking it back to my grandfather's, he needed to use it for something, and I was like, all right. And you gotta think, this was on 4th of July night. We are up where he lives at, because he lives in housing, and I'll tell you now, we look like we were doing some of the most redneck stuff. The jack was messed up on the trailer, so he goes to his truck, gets a car jack and a brick, puts it under it just so we can get the trailer up and off. And you gotta think, the trailer itself is not, and I'm telling y'all the truth. If I have to, I will upload a video of me unhooking this trailer, and y'all will be able to tell by looking at this trailer. Cause I recorded a video. It was supposed to be the video of me explaining why I haven't uploaded no farm sim videos. You can tell that the tongue of that trailer is extremely. Y'all get what I'm saying, so I'm pretty sure I don't have to keep explaining it. Clothing Island. You see, this is what makes me me. I'll go from like 4 different topics. I'll be talking about one topic, then I go to another, then I go to another. So, usually, yeah. If y'all wondering why I'm doing it this way, it's kind of like a habit. I kind of count by looking at the field. This is one big field, but the way I'm looking at it is I'm dividing it like it's 2 separate fields. I even get caught on to the trailer category anyway? You know what? Actually, one of these days, I gotta go back over to my grandfather's, and I will record a short video of the trailer before I end up selling the trailer. I'll record a short video, give y'all a walk around, and show y'all what I meant by the trailer. And I'm gonna tell you now, I'm planning on buying another trailer. The only reason I decided to sell that trailer is because it was the size of a 16-foot trailer, but it wasn't as wide as one. Only thing you could haul on that trailer was quads and like lawnmowers. I'm not talking about the new lawnmowers with those great big decks. I'm talking about the older lawnmowers. That was the only thing it would have been ever used good for. The original reason I bought it is because I was gonna get into four-wheel riding. Yep, that didn't work. So I just went ahead and scratched that off my to-do list. It wasn't, here's the thing, it wasn't like, oh, I didn't want to put in the effort. Like, it wasn't like, oh, hey, I'm going to try to get someone to buy me a quad. I'm old enough to take care of myself. Yeah, I still live with my mom because I suffer from a few mental diseases. I know how to pay bills and stuff like that. It's just here's the reason why I never literally tried to go get a quad is because I'm very, very picky when it comes to a certain type of four-wheeler. I kind of gave up on it because I find this kind of weird too. I don't know if anyone else has ever had this problem. But for me to get into four-wheel rides, I'm a big fan of Banshees. Alright? Banshees and Raptors. And I'm not talking, I know for a fact there ain't no such thing as a Banshee Raptor. I'm saying is I'm a big fan of Raptors. And I'm a big fan of Yamaha Banshees. There's only two four-wheelers that I would want, but one of them I was more focused on because I've never had one. Yeah, I never had one, and I never could find one down here where I live at, because I live in Kentucky. Every other one I found was either outside Kentucky. So that would have required me driving somewhere. So, the Banshee, in the Yamaha Banshee category, I've been trying to track down, this is literally a dream. Everyone, I already know somebody out there is going to be like, well, Yamaha Banshees is not as good. They're noisy. It wasn't, I'll give y'all my opinion on a Yamaha Banshee. It wasn't the noise. It was just the way they looked. It's just the way they looked and stuff was cool to me. Including I'm a big fan the 350s. I like the way the 350 sounds. Most of my friends said I can't tell the difference between a 350 and a 250. I said, honest with you, it don't sound like no difference. I just the 350. There was something about 350 I liked. It was just a number, 350. I don't even remember what it was. It was just something like I always wanted a Yamaha 350 Banshee, but there was a Pacific Gear. I wanted a 99. I couldn't find a 99. I looked everywhere, couldn't find one. I'm like, forget it. Then I ended up looking around to try to get me a Raptor. I was trying to figure out what a good Raptor was. One of my friends had a Raptor 700R. Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of them until I realized how they ride now, and then I started looking for one. I couldn't find one. Now, you gotta think about this. I could not find one. I had the money to afford one, but then bills came around. Then I had some problems going on with my truck, so I had to pay for it. Once I didn't have the same amount of money that once I didn't have that money to go and buy one, then they all start pairing up for sale, and I'm like, are you for real? Has anyone ever had that problem to where y'all see something, like see a type of vehicle or something, and when y'all have the money, like when y'all actually have the money, you can't find one for sale, but when you don't have the money, that's when everything decides to show up? Yeah, nah, I'm not a big fan. Nah, I can't stand that. It's like the definition of what gives. Y'all, I know somebody's probably wondering, hey, how'd you get to $2 million? I was doing a couple contracts on here. I'm joking. I placed down one government sign because I was sitting here thinking about swapping out some of this equipment, but I probably won't do it anyway. So I went from talking about 6 different topics. Now, it is a weekend. I might go over to Camelsville today, and I will record a video about the trailer before I sell it. Might actually, no, I can make a YouTube short. I don't know. I don't know if I want to or not, cause that don't really sound interesting. I'm not really 100% sure what I want to do, really. Every time I hear the header when it's turning and it's in the air, reminds me of an army tank because of the sound it makes. I told myself I wouldn't play any more games after the game that I played. Yeah, it took this game. Okay, I couldn't beat the first one, but somehow I'm able to beat the second one. That goes for Sniper Ghost War. I guess what it is, Sniper Ghost War. It's a sharpshooter game. I went I played the first one. I couldn't beat one Pacific level. So I went and played the second to see if that was any difference. I managed to beat the second one. And that wasn't the reason. Now, Sniper Ghost War, I will go back to uploading the videos. Not uploading video. I will go back to complete it. The game that I say I won't play is South Park: The Stick of Truth. I started playing it. It was fine until I got to one Pacific mission, and I could not figure, I did the mission all well. It was just one part of the mission that wasn't 100% clear on what I was supposed to do, and it was starting to annoy me. I think I was stuck on this mission for at least about 4 hours, trying to figure it out. Finally, I got kind of fed up with it and uninstalled the game, so I went to the second version of South Park. Not this where Cartman decides to change the rules and go to being a superhero. Yeah, let me clarify the pain that I went through on that. Oh man, that game was challenging. I made it through it, but it was challenging. I don't think I've ever played any game it was that challenging. The bad thing about it is I decided to have 2 different characters. I literally decided to have 2 different characters, and I'm like, I have a male character, a male character, then I have a female character. And the one logic about the game is when I finally got to the end, where you go back in time and take on your character as him, the king. Why is it that the one thing I couldn't figure out is why did he have so much health? At the beginning of the game, his health wasn't that high. Believe it or not, with his health being higher, I'm guessing because he was the king, and then when we became superheroes, I started from a low class again. Yeah, if any of y'all have played South Park, then y'all would know. If any of y'all have watched South Park, then y'all know, because I am a big fan of South Park. I haven't watched any of their new any of the new seasons, so I don't know what has been changed or anything's been changed or not. I'll probably have to get back into it. Probably. I need to try to finish a series that I started on, but I never finished it. I didn't realize there was a fire extinguisher on here. It's a first. See, there I go again with changing the topic. I'm at 27% and this thing's still not full. Man, last few harvesters I drove, I guess, these things are just like, they fill up quick. This one sure has not filled up quick. No, I have, let me tell y'all something about me. Besides me being 26, about to turn 27 at the end of this month. You know, with me editing my videos and stuff, there's probably one thing I will tend to say, but I won't realize it. For example, the Sea of Thieves video of me doing Monkey Island. At the beginning of the video, when I started recording it, because I literally at the beginning of that video, no joke, at the beginning of that video, I happened to say part 2. Saying we're doing part 2 of Monkey Island. And knowing it was part 1. Like, where did part 2 come from out of that whole scenario? Like, that's something I couldn't figure out, is like, where did part 2 come from? And the bad thing about it is, I don't even think I realized that I said it. That would be me. I'm pretty sure some people that's coming around my channel will see, enjoy my, I don't know if y'all enjoy my commentary, but it's better than just like constantly playing, watching me do something and then realize how boring it gets. Get out of my way, you tree. Anyway, you know, the deers appeared. I can't, that I can't get, I literally forgot about that thought, and then seeing the deers is gonna bring it back. So, a little heads up. I grew up on, here, I'm gonna tell y'all a story. I'm not gonna get into detail because I still feel bad for it, but growing up, I'm originally from Taylor County, and that's I'm originally from Camelsville, Kentucky, but Taylor County, and you get it, skip that part. I was learning how to cut hay. Like, I was cutting down grass for hay, and Well, you know, usually if there's like something in the grass, you won't see it. I was sitting here. I got some close calls of doing that many times, but I've never really took the time to ever realize it. I, it didn't happen to me, but it came close to it. I was cutting hay one time for helping my uncle cut hay. I was riding in a tractor with him. I was able to point it out before it happened, but I told him, "Hey, stop! There's a baby deer." If I didn't point that out, my uncle would have actually ended up running it over with the hay cutter. The reason that affected me is because hay season recently just passed. It's probably hay season somewhere else for y'all, but down here it recently just passed. I was over at my grandfather's. I can't remember what I was doing. I was talking to him about something, and someone was cutting hay up on the hill. The sound. Look, I don't want to talk about it. It's just the sound. The sound that hay cutter made when it hit something. Oh man, look, I'm gonna change subject now. I don't even want to talk about it. It's just the sound. If anyone's ever, if anyone knows what I'm talking about, then y'all know. Change subject. Oh goodness. Hmm. So I can tell y'all right now, I'm gonna need to change subject, so I'm gonna have to get it off my head. I went deer hunt. I went deer hunting well, not deer hunting. It wasn't even deer season. I was Epo Young. My grandfather lived on a farm, so he sent me out to go check the fences. I tell you I've had chicken pox. Like I tell you what the worst thing is. I've had poison ivy. I've had all kinds of them. But I tell you now, after I don't, my grandfather sent me out there to go check the fence one. This was a long time ago, a very long time ago, and this is actually quite. This I learned my lesson from this, but I went out to check the fences, and that meant I had to walk the fences because at the time I was grounded from my four wheeler because I don't even remember what it was. But I was checking the fences and I was fine all up, but I had to go back into the woods. Like I had to go farther back into the woods, walk down the sideline. Man, when I tell you I got home later that night and I could not stop itching. Like I constantly kept scratching and I'm like, I was sitting here trying to figure out what's going on. So I ended up going to the doctor the very next day. I caught turkey mites. I will tell you now, that was the worst pain I've ever felt in my life. I swear my skin was on fire. Felt like I got a really bad case of poison ivy. Oh man, I tell you now, if it my grandfather no longer lives on that farm, but I love doing farm work, but if it comes down to me going and checking the fence line, I'm not walking it ever again. I want to make sure I'm in some type of vehicle. Never again. So, you see, this is what makes me me. I go how many topics have I jumped to? And the only reason I kept talking is because this goes by faster if I'm just like talking about random things. And this harvester's not even filled up. Anyways, either the field's small or it's just a harvester. It's got a much bigger grain thing than it seems like. Have y'all ever psyched yourself out? I know that might be a random question, but have y'all ever like go to say y'all gonna go do something, but y'all end up psyching yourself out and doing the total opposite? That's happened to me a bunch of times. Like I'd be sitting here saying, "Hey, I'm gonna go for a walk and enjoy the day." Yeah, I go for a walk to enjoy the day. Somehow I psych myself out. I go from wanting to walk, like I go from walking to riding my bike. Cause usually on certain days I will go out and get on my bike and go for a bike ride. Now I know some people are probably thinking, you said you have your driver's license. Why ride your bike? I would be more than welcome to tell y'all right now. Most of the time, I'm trying to turn off the header, not turn off the harvester. Most of the time, gas, if y'all, okay, for anyone out there, I don't know how many of my viewers actually drive. Y'all will know gas is high, especially if you drive a truck. I actually have another funny story about my truck. Oh, I thought this thing was hooked up. Oops. I'm not a big fan of that. I would want to go and change the wheels on this truck. I'm not big on white. No, I don't got a problem with the color white. I'm just not a big fan of actual, like, white wheels. Like, it's just, I'm not a big fan of that. Big, I think chrome would look better, but that's my opinion. I'm telling you, it's been so long since I played this. It seems like this thing is filling up slowly. Is that all of it? There wasn't very much in that. This field seemed like so much bigger. Oh, it sure doesn't look. It sure didn't seem that big. Oh, goodness gracious. So if y'all wondering why I haven't uploaded any recent content to the channel lately, is because I've been I have a I've been going to the chiropractor lately because I have my spine and my posture is very bad, and it's kind of messing with my body. You would run the way I'm going. So I needed, like, I've been going to the chiropractor. But for some reason, lately, my body has been doing, like, it's, it's almost like I'm constantly tired. Like, my body shuts down, and when it does, it puts me straight to sleep. Like, I will sleep the whole day away. The only reason I'm up now is because I feel like my old man syndrome's kicking in. That's what I call it. Because I'm starting to do what my grandfather does. I'm not comparing myself to my grandfather, but all my life growing up, I'm not a morning person. Last night, I fell asleep at, I want to say it's somewhere, I think it was like 12 o'clock. And I woke up, since I walked down here, I'm just going to walk back. I woke up around 12. I went to sleep last night around 12 o'clock. I woke up around 5 o'clock this morning. Now, the only reason I call it so man syndrome is because my grandfather goes to bed at 7 every night, and he gets up at 5 every single morning. I'm going to move this truck. I know this might seem a little weird because usually I have a TLX 3500 here. Why do I have this? I don't know. I just wanted to try something different. So I hope y'all enjoyed this video of Farm Sim. Since Farm Sim is back, but I am, like I said, I am going back to uploading with Farm Sim because I don't want to get bored out of it. I'm actually kind of glad I've been able to get back into it. That's a little trippy. I know that's a picture, but that's farther I that's how I know it's a picture, because the farther I go, it seems like much bigger. But anyway, like I was saying, what was I saying? Yeah, man, you know, that's one thing about me. I tend to forget, lose train of thought. Yeah. Upload Farm Sim is going to go back to uploading every 13 days. If I decide to upload a Skyrim video, Skyrim's going to be every 5 days. Yeah, my last video I posted was 7 days ago. Skyrim, every 5 days is when I'm going to upload a video on there. Now, speaking of, I'm sitting here looking around, I was like, man, why is my phone going off? Set my alarm to 9:00. That was a little bit of a delay. I'm glad I had my phone in my hand. Pause. I ain't trying to get copyrighted. Because music, my alarm clock will play my favorite song, my favorite band. So, yeah. But what I was saying was, what was I saying? Yeah, man, I must have short-term memory loss now. And forget it. But anyway, I don't know, I forgot what I was saying, but I'm Old School King Gaming. Welcome back. Welcome back. Well, we back on Farm Sim. Yes, I remember now. Skyrim. I ended up going ahead and maxing out the farm on there. That's what I was just trying to say. But other than that, I'm Old School King Gaming. Next time we get on here, I'm gonna harvest this field next. I'm not very sure what I'm gonna do about field. I know this field here is not ready, but 61. What's in field 28? I'm gonna have to go look into that. But anyway, other than that, I'm just keep stalling. This video's already way too long. But other than that, I'm Old School King Gaming. I'll catch y'all later. Have a good day.